Hello everyone, good day and welcome to another episode of All Things Dee. I'm so excited to have you here. I'm so excited for the more subscribers I've gotten for the past 1 week, and I'm really glad that I started off not waiting for perfection and I just want to make progress. I really want to thank everyone that has subscribed and that has taken time to watch the video. Today I want to talk a bit about the minimalist luxury lifestyle. And I have a few points to run through. And the first one is this: minimalism starts from within. It really does. It really does. What do I mean by that? First, let's take the instance of substance, right? Minimalism starting from within is actually a thing about substance. Substance in the sense that you have told yourself, you have come to that conviction that you're very fine with having little. It starts from the fact that you understand that you're not trying to live the life of someone else. You are simply just doing what you feel is best for your personal space and for your personal life. This includes you going to, you're not picking up something just because they said this is what someone else got, right? Keeping up with the Jonases. I think there's a movie like that, right? I watched it and it was really appalling how people are moved by what others do with their own life. Mindset is very important when it comes to living a minimalistic luxury life, and I'll get to the point of explaining why I titled this video, or why I am talking about minimalism as a lifestyle, minimalism as luxury. The second thing is this: we talk about our food, the things we do with our time and all that. Minimalism, having the mindset of a minimalist, helps you cut down on things that are not necessary for you. It is extremely important that you take time out, sit down, actually take time out and reflect and go through your things, go through your relationships and see what is needful and what isn't right, what isn't needful for your existence. So we have people who have 70% of their pantry filled with all sorts of junk. They want to live healthy, but that mindset is still not right because they feel telling their friends that I just got this latest brand of chocolate, or I just got this brand of crackers and whatever stuff they have stuffed in there, calling it the good life. Having a mindset that I am a minimalist helps you cut down on things. First of all, I talked about the fact that you're not trying to keep up with people. And secondly, you really want to come down to the basic minimum. Like, I don't know if that's the right English, but you're coming down to what is most needful to you. That is the mindset of a minimalist, right? So how do you gets to this mindset? It's just all about self-evaluation and self-appraisal and setting a standard that you previously did not have. Secondly, I'll talk about individuality. I am someone that is extremely aware of my individuality. I don't want to look like any other person. I don't want to sound like any other person. I learn from people. I really do. I made a video about the fact that I have role models and mentors, but I ultimately want to be me. And that concept of individuality helps you minimize what isn't necessary in your life. So we have this concept where people say, oh, you have to have at least 5 slade hairstyles all throughout the year for you to actually be called a slay queen or a slay mama and all that. I've had this hair since the beginning of this year, and the best I think I have done is I straighten it, I take it to my stylist, she washes it, she curls it. Last week I had it coiled. Today I have it pinned up in a bob form. Sometimes I let it down and sometimes I take it to the side. I take the closure to the side and I'm living my life, right? The same thing applies to fashion. I think a lot of our generation, a lot of the people in our generation are having unnecessary headache because they are trying to meet up with what society or people expect of them. At the end of the day, I am living my life. I am doing what I'm supposed to do or what I want to do. And you're not giving me an award for changing my hairstyle 5 times a year and going bankrupt or loaning money just to fit into your mold. That is the concept of individuality. You don't want to erase that concept called individuality. It's extremely important. Other than fashion influencers and those who are in the fashion industry, who have you heard of that was given an award for just moving with the trends? As much as possible, I try to stick to classic pieces. I try to stick to timeless pieces. The next 10 years, I have my child, I could give this dress to my daughter and she'll still be fine. That's the concept of individuality. So it's very, very important we pay attention to what makes us who we are, and that we would have the ability to erase the concept of societal approval. The fourth one I would like to talk about is minimalism helps you simplify your life. The goal of most minimalists is simplicity. Most people you see on the internet who have adopted the lifestyle of minimalism are people who just don't want the clutter, right? And another thing I was going to say before this is the fact that being a minimalist doesn't necessarily mean you're being cheap. So I decided from a very, very young age that I just didn't want the drama on my face. I didn't want 99 colors and 2 layers of what do you call it? Eyelashes on my face to feel beautiful. Sometimes even with this, I feel like, I love makeup, but doing this every day, I don't do it every day except if I'm going out. I still feel like I'm in bondage sometimes. It takes quite some time. So the point I was trying to make is that being a minimalist doesn't necessarily mean that you're being cheap. I would make another video talking to you about my makeup products and all that, and it isn't cheap, right? But I still stick to the basic concept of foundation, concealer, your lipstick, your mascara, and that's just about it. So I was going to the point where I said the goal of most minimalists is basically simplicity. They just want a simple life. They don't want the rah-rah of, being a human being. I don't know, most people feel so comfortable with, the layers of different things, makeup stacked to the floor, stacked to the ceiling, several things. And this just clutters your life, I'm sorry to say. It just clutters your life, and you really do not have time to do the needful. Another point this brings me to is the fact that minimalism helps you to focus on your soul. So when you have decided to adopt a minimalist lifestyle, you have more time to look within. Imagine someone who wants to a typical day in that person's life, you have to use makeup with 2 hours, your breakfast, dinner, and everything. You're cooking everything from the scratch. There are people that do that, but except I have a cook, I'm not interested in that lifestyle of cooking every day. I do my meal prep, I stock it in the fridge. My life is simple, right? So having that mindset that you just want to focus on your being. You just want to focus on your purpose. You want to focus on what it is. What is it about Dorcas? You want to focus on your soul's purpose. Like you really want to go deep within. That is one advantage having and adopting a minimalist lifestyle brings to you. It is extremely important that in as much as everybody sees the outside, you're also building the inside, because that becomes a challenge when you go out with everything intact on the outside and there's nothing in the inside. And this soul search, this time for evolving, getting your soul to evolve, leads to self-discovery and growth, which is the sixth point I want to make. Self-discovery and growth. When you adopt a minimalist lifestyle, you're able to discover yourself beyond the physical, which is something I think people should pay more attention to, because I mean, we've lived for centuries, we've lived for decades, and rich, poor, there are things that people haven't gotten right because they don't have time to look within. It's just all about the outside. It's all about the relationships. Rah rah. We have this party. We have this going on here. There is no time whatsoever for them to do that self-discovery, go through their soul surgery, and actually heal from whatever challenges they faced in the past or whatever challenges they're facing right now. It is extremely important that we pay attention to what matters the most, and that is the soul. So I would like to conclude by saying that the reason why most people do not adopt the minimalist lifestyle is as a result of an identity crisis. Most times, you're bagging the degrees, you're bagging the new makeup haul, you're bagging the new friendships and networks. It is important to build relationships, but sometimes you get to that point where you're just doing things unnecessarily. So there's this quote that I read somewhere, and the person said, the loudest voice is the one that is heard, and the clearest vision is the one that is seen. So that is me making a contrast between the minimalist lifestyle and going with what everybody wants to do. If your words are the loudest in your ear, if your words are the loudest in your mind, and you know that you're comfortable, the minimalist mindset, you're comfortable being who you are, it is harder for people to influence what you're all about. And if you have a vision that is so clear, it will be the most difficult thing for someone else to bring another picture and say, go with this, else you're not living. You can't tell me what to do, except if I want to learn that lesson, except if I have come to realize that there is a need for me to learn that lesson, for me to learn about certain things, for me to have a lifestyle change, because it is ultimately going to improve the vision I say about myself. That is when your words matter. That is when the picture you're presenting to me matters. And that was what I talked about, role modeling, having a mentor. Those are people I have seen that, they have what it takes to build my life and get me to that picture I already saw for myself, or that picture that God already showed me that I will become. That is when you matter. So I would like to conclude this video by saying that the minimalist lifestyle is a luxurious lifestyle because it helps you to focus on what matters the most, where your core is at, which is your soul, which is your innermost person, and you get to fulfill purpose. You get to be the best and truest version of yourself just because you looked within. And that is the advantage. That is what adopting a minimalist lifestyle gives you. I want to thank you very much for watching, and click subscribe, share this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.